Oh, good Lord. You know, we're supposed to search him. We're supposed to search him before.
Goodness gracious. He's got me in the fat.
Did he? Did he shoot you?
Got him.
He shot me.
Play that intro. Flite Test.
What is happening?
So we are in danger here because let me just give you a scene if you're not tuning live. Lee has snuck in a handful of rubber bands, and I see a paper clip, which now takes me back to a flashback of elementary school, middle school, and high school. What is it about a rubber band that when someone pulls back, you immediately flinch?
I'm not sure.
Do they train that out of you in the military?
What
The flinching of a rubber band?
I don't.
Because
Yeah, right. That it's in
Let's see.
everywhere.
See, it happens.
Boom.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
How's the audio here?
It should be good.
Is this
I
one?
switched it.
All right, good man.
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Let people show up.
People show up. Got about 22 peeps.
22.
Hanging out.
Wow. Thanks for joining us, friends.
Chilling.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Last week we were breaking down Flite Fest, and I was like, I'm missing a monster. And at the very, very end, I remembered Lincoln in the half scale cub.
Oh,
I don't
the
think we ever
555%.
the 555% simple cub
Have you seen pictures of that? Like,
being built.
in the air.
Oh my golly.
It looks beautiful, but it doesn't. If it's the only thing in the picture,
It looks like a simple cub.
it looks like a simple cup. Yep.
Well, when Meglacy and the cub were flying together, I had the opportunity. First time I've ever flown two large airplanes with my youngest son Michael, and we were flying formation.
Yeah.
That was the first time we've ever done that. But those pictures are just magnificent. But
Oh yeah.
the
for
Legacy
sure.
looks small.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yes.
It looks tiny.
It's
just
just
a
a tiny little.
baby.
Hey,
He's just a little
He
fella.
spawns.
Just a baby.
Hey, Michael, here we
What's
go.
up, everybody?
We're
What's
rolling in.
going on?
Defender, Brian. Great to see you guys.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast.
Spawns. I think you forgot an O.
Yeah, just one. Just one O.
Just one O. That's awesome.
So
love it.
I'm dragging my feet here because we have an announcement that is long overdue.
I'm excited to hear this
And
announcement.
it
Me
may-
too. Are you
it-
pregnant?
No.
Oh
No, and I'm not either.
no.
This may actually hijack our podcast today
Okay.
because
Okay.
any minute now between now and 2:00,
Ooh.
there is a container rolling in to the dock doors of Flite Test Manufacturing,
Okay.
and that container holds. I'm pausing for dramatic effect.
Stuff.
Mainly Freedom Fox's version 2. Okay, I had to pull away from that.
That's awesome.
So we may have. Do you remember the old days where when we got our foam delivered and we chucked them off the truck one at a time?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to do that with a whole 40-foot container of Freedom Foxes and other goodies.
Well, if we're in a podcast, I mean, they can get started, and we'll.
No, we don't play that way.
Sure, we do.
Our goal in life is this: we are gonna get these things unloaded. We are
Yes.
gonna get some samples. We're gonna QC check them,
Oh yeah.
and we are gonna get them on the store ASAP.
Stop it and take them to Oshkosh with it.
Oshkosh?
Yes. Oh, I
Oshkosh.
can't wait to call. I don't think I even communicated with Trevor Trent Palmer
Yeah.
that they're coming in. So you guys can let Trent know if you want.
Yes.
But,
Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Jeff.
Appreciate it, bro. You the man.
Dude, Jeff did a killer job with photography at Flite Fest, but also, did you see his chase footage? I think that was Jeff chasing the Meglacy.
Some Jason.
And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Fantastic.
So-
Fantastic.
Yeah. So long story short, Freedom Fox version 2 is coming in, and a lot of people have been asking about that. Hopefully they're not bored and moving on because we got about 300 of them. And here is the biggest thing: they may be the last 300 ever made. I know.
Are you going to sign
Boom.
each one of them?
No, but it'd be cool if Trent did. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
No, we're not going to sign each other one of them. But yeah, basically with sourcing and everything in China, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to get another batch. So if you want a Freedom Fox, this is the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
The
This is the
quality is
time.
beautiful. The motor is a 2814 motor, which if you guys don't know, that's what flies our Scout XLs,
That's stupid.
which is a
Yes.
60-inch wingspan airplane.
Yeah.
So we went with something that was equivalent of a Power Pack B, which is now the same motor that we put on our Flurkin. It's a
Mhm.
beast of a motor. It's a
Great.
beast of a 2212.
Yeah.
But people really wanted more power. And so what we did is we
Put more
stepped it
power.
up. Yeah, we basically put what goes onto a
Boom.
timber
What's that?
onto a plane that's 2/3 the size of a timber.
Tim Taylor.
Winning.
Yeah.
Right.
More power.
More power.
And with the metal struts, you're not going to break
Superb.
them. It is.
Spawns
It is
has
a
a
beast.
question.
Yeah.
Do you have a price on the Freedom Fox?
$1 million and 99 cents
For all, for all 300 of those.
1 million yen.
yen.
Yes. No. We're gonna actually try to keep it the exact same price as it was before.
Sick.
So yeah, we're not gonna play playing emotions with that. So
Which was
$249.
$249.99.
$249.
And he
99.
said, and he's for sale at Oshkosh.
Yes.
That's the plan, yes.
Yes.
We're gonna bring down a whole bunch, and hopefully Trent will be there. I haven't checked with Trent yet, but I think it'd be really, really cool to bring down a bunch of them and have them around.
Yeah.
Guys, I missed the bar with the first batch. I really got romantic about the scale experience. It was scale power. You could still do a tremendous amount of aerobatics, but I missed the bar with that. People, when they think stall, they think just ballistic vertical and stuff. They think the Timber, which is a phenomenal airplane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this plane will never be the Timber. It's
Correct.
not built like a Timber. You know, if you want to get Timber performance, you got to exaggerate features. This is a scale flight, but now with the bigger prop, with the higher performance, it just flies amazing. You can pull that thing around anywhere you want to go. I think I want to do a video when we do the launch, because there was things we learned that people were doing that really destroyed the experience. And it was my fault in not educating them on do's and don'ts. A lot of people think, like with the Timber, you know, you drop your flaps down 40 degrees and, you know, stop in midair. Flaperons don't work that way. Flaperons, you only go 10, 12 degrees at the most. And when you do that, you really got to manage your speed, your power, and your rudder. So when they drop at 40 degrees, there's a term that I'm going to forget, but basically the wing goes from delivering lift to delivering almost like a spoiler effect and straight up drag. And that causes a stall spin. And a lot of people that we found in customer service, they would try to take off real slow. They would drop the flaperons down, like, you know, as far as they can possibly go. And immediately the plane flew like a turd. Don't do that.
Nope.
10 degrees. 10 degrees is the magic number. And make sure that if you're going to be playing with flaperons, you really are disciplined in scale flight. And you'll have a great experience. You can walk it in slow as can be, but you got to use your rudder, you got to use your throttle and your ailerons all together. And if you do that, wow, it's an incredibly capable airplane. So can't wait to show everybody what this new version can do. But I am going to be really pointed in making sure that anyone that spends their hard-earned money on this knows exactly where they need to be.
Yeah, the information will be communicated.
Yeah. Well, and also, you know, people are used to flight tests. You know, every airplane, even our warbirds, are easy to fly.
Right.
This is a scale representation with a scale airfoil.
Slightly different.
It requires a one step up with skill level. But
yeah,
what made me happy is people that did understand that, they just flew like crazy.
Yeah, and something else I want to make mention too, and this is probably not for everybody, but even with the first version and the second version here, like, even if you're not gonna fly it, it's a pretty cool airplane to have up in your hangar.
I hope people fly it. I hope
100%. I hope people fly it.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, if you're flying it and you're like, I need to practice more on this, you can hang that up for a little bit, practice on the other flight test airplanes, and then go back to it.
Yeah.
It will look great in your hangar. So just sharing. Justin asked, when did you say you'll be getting these?
Today.
The containers on the
They might not be on the store today.
No, they will not be on the store today. It'll take, I think, next week.
Yeah, we're going to go through. We're going to QC, inventory everything, make sure everything is good and tight and right. That was what bit us last time, because we received some QC issues. The samples we've gotten in our history moving forward with the factory that makes these, that's all been corrected. I'm not going to unpack, what it was, but they've been amazing to work with and making things right. And we literally took a container of these, and we went through every single one, and we sent them back, and they basically disposed of them, made us all new ones. And that sounds really hard, but we cannot pass anything that's not something we're proud of onto the customer. Right. It sounds like, wow, what a marketing pitch, to tell people you got to be an advanced pilot, but I'm not going to miss the bar on this. We're going to make sure that people are excited and they know exactly what they're going to receive. But also, I've never been more proud of this Freedom Fox. It's a long time coming. I'm happy it's taken a while, but oh my golly, with the 2814 in it, it is
so good.
It's stupid power.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was another question about the 2014 motor.
Yeah.
Do you know what the KV is on that motor?
Yeah, it's 1100 kV.
1100, George.
Yep, and it swings a 1245 with no problem on 3-cell, and it'll swing a 1145 or 1147. I always get those mixed up. It doesn't really matter on a 4-cell. And just keep the motor and ventilated well. You know what I mean, when you do that, but you can really get crazy with it. and it's a beast of a motor and very efficient too.
Yeah.
We've been flying those on the Scout XLs, and then any weird projects we have, like the Mega Flurkin.
Mm-hmm.
We carried the Mega Flurkin, which is already big, but also probably the extra 7 pounds of gut for the Tesseract,
Mm-hmm.
and it was amazing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
crushed it.
Yeah.
The Tesseract also crushed it, which
Yeah. Yeah.
made a giant hole in the tank.
Yeah,
Which
It's awesome.
I still see the tank in the hangar. I thought that. I mean,
yeah. I lied to you.
I didn't lie to you. I gave you the donuts. I mean, so
I know. They're
I kept
good.
my.
They're
yeah,
really good.
mine.
But it's not in here, is it?
It's not in
It's
here.
not in
That's
here,
true.
but
I did get rid of the tank.
That's true. He did.
Oh, goodness.
I said I'm gonna throw up
Semantics.
lies.
Oh,
My golly.
That's fun.
So I think when we unpack the Freedom Fox, I don't know if it'll be today, but I think what we should do is do a live. Let people see the flight and just tear it up with the thing, because it's gonna be awesome.
Yes, it's a great decision.
yeah. Yep.
Justin said he's been waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be getting one. He's like, I've been needing one of those. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Yeah. What else we got here? Oh, I don't know what this means, Daddy, but I love it. Oh, hey, Dad stopped in. Guess it's time to put you guys on the big screen. LOL. That's sweet. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, speaking of Dad, I was just telling Josh before the
Yeah.
podcast here, my dad's going to come down for the shoot today.
Ooh.
Yeah, watch because Haley's going to be on the
Mhm.
sticks for
Superb.
the guns, and yeah, I'm excited about
That'd
that.
be nice.
Yeah,
Little family affair.
I
as
love
it
it.
were.
exactly.
It's gonna be
That's
fun to
great
have our wives up against the planes. I mean, all the trouble we put Haley and Jen through. I shouldn't say our wives. Your daughter, my wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's wife.
Yeah, somebody's wife. My son's wife.
Yes.
But that's going to be really funny to see them rage
Oh yeah.
a little bit. Well deserved too. And I love the
Oh,
fact that your
yeah.
dad's coming on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool to just do life as families here.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Actually, and
Absolutely.
speaking of life as families, we had a pretty good time on the 4th,
Oh my goodness.
messing about
Oh
with
yeah.
a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of crazy and a whole
Yes.
bunch of meat,
Whole bunch of and water slide.
water slide,
Yeah.
Yeah.
slip and slide, whatever. Giant tarp down a hill, sprinklers.
We found Edgewater Air Park. It can also be now called Edgewater Water Park. So
Edgewater, water.
what a
Yep.
great way, because that's just passing 1 week since Flite Fest, and I know everybody was dog tired from the end of the event, which I'm still looking back and reflecting about it, and it's just
Mhm.
like, wow,
Yeah.
just
Crazy.
just wow. But we were all tired, and here comes this weekend, and I think didn't Jen just send out a text like, hey, if anyone wants to get together
Oh yeah.
on the 4th,
Yep.
we're gonna go out to Edgewater, bring some meat and some food to share, and next thing you know, we probably had about 100 people.
Oh, it was
It's
crazy.
about on her bill.
It was-
And that was just like our employees and then the flight crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think our employees, this is what really set me back. You think our employees, after going through just day-to-day work
Mhm.
and then a whole weekend of Flite Fest and then the tiredness of tearing down and then kind of getting back and caught up from work, wouldn't want to see each other.
Right.
Lies.
Everybody but Jason, and the only reason Jason wasn't there was he was at a flying event,
Right.
was there with their families.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just incredible. And also to be
Pretty
on,
cool stuff.
on the other side of it too, where we're just fellowship and enjoying. It's like, yeah, this is why it's so important to communicate that message of connecting.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Robert had about 50 people
It felt like
there,
that, yeah.
which is hilarious. It was
Did you
awesome,
look out?
dude.
Did you see outside like where he had all of their chairs set up? Because he kind of put a
Like a
I
little
don't know.
half circle.
Little
Yeah,
horseshoe.
it's all the grass and everything is all dead right there.
That's so cool.
It's awesome.
I
dude.
love it.
They were crushing it. Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
awesome. And the amount of food that was there that
Yeah.
evening,
Oh,
absolutely bonkers.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where it all went. Hopefully, it went to people.
A lot of it went in my belly.
Good.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Hey, Eddie's here.
Eddie.
Eddie,
Hello,
get back to work. What are you doing?
He's a
You-
multitasker. Don't worry.
No.
So by the way, if you guys have tech support issues, we've added to our support team. Wes and Eddie are now
Yes.
taking tickets as well.
Yeah.
So Eddie's just been crushing it. He crushed it as the head guy for Flite Fest. What was his title? I forget.
Volunteer coordinator.
Volunteer coordinator. Thank you.
He's
No
the
doubt.
man.
The man. Yeah,
The
he just
man,
did great.
Yeah. He had a great team that he was
Oh.
leading there. It was just amazing. That's what made Flite Fest what it was.
It is. I mean, the smallest team I've ever seen as far as volunteers doing the most work with,
Mhm.
again, the highest level of excellence.
Yeah.
That weekend could not have been more perfect weather-wise, the crazy contraptions. And
Mhm.
I saw someone said that they had a blast at Flite Fest in the comments there,
Yeah.
but also one that they got to see the B-17 fly. Was that
We had a
right?
great time at Flite Fest. Can't
Okay,
wait to
we
see the
did-
video of the B-17 flying.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
there's one already on the site now.
Mhm.
If you would check the YouTube vids, it flew and
Yep.
we tested.
flowed?
It floated.
The maiden was released last week,
Mhm.
and then not this week. This week is the 34-foot
Yes.
Peter Schriepel creation.
Shreeps.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's coming
The
out.
old giant
Right.
Shreeps playing.
Is that coming out tomorrow or is that coming out Saturday?
Friday or Saturday. Yep. All
Or
depending on approvals and all
Nice.
that jazz. But yeah, that will be the plan. So one of these next couple days, you guys will see that giant. I mean, that was huge.
yeah, and I did see it through the comments there. Ben Harbor said asked when the recap video
Mhm.
of Flite
Yeah.
Fest, and he said he was a little selfish because he wanted to see the
Chase
C47.
footage.
Yeah, no, and that's
It'll be there.
dude, that's totally
Yeah.
legit, man.
That's
That-
not selfish, man. It was incredible.
Yeah, I heard somebody. I was doing some research in my satellite office today, and in the pooper,
Nice.
looking at the Facebook, and somebody asked Ben if he's going to put floats on his.
Yeah, they had
See-
C-47s with floats.
Oh
That'd be
man,
incredible, wouldn't
that
it?
would
That'd be
be
pretty sweet.
awesome.
That'd be really
Skis would
cool.
be sweet too,
Yeah.
but he doesn't down there in Alabama. He doesn't get
You don't get much snow.
right.
Yeah.
Floats would be cool.
Pontoons would be good. Yeah.
Floats
yeah,
would work,
definitely.
I think.
Yeah. So the recap video. Let me think. You know the layout better than I do.
I think it's the
It's-
6th of
Yeah, I believe that's going to be
August.
the 6th of
6th
August.
of August.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Friday or Saturday, that first Friday or Saturday in August.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is when the Flite Fest recap
But
video
but
is.
obviously there's going to be elements like this week we have the element of Peter Schriepel's 34-foot plane.
Yep.
Peter's going to be releasing his version of that I think at the end of July. Of course we have the B-17 Major
Mhm.
Combat. That's going to be in portion in the main video.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
we're gonna have lots of Flite Fest tidbits
Oh yeah.
going up to the main thing. So
Yeah, and other platforms as well, social media and
Mhm.
Flite Test Life and that kind of stuff. You'll see
Yeah.
some of those
Mhm.
little baby snippets, as it were,
Yeah.
of different highlights from the event. So it's gonna be a whole ton of fun. You guys won't
Tons
be
of
sad
fun.
about Flite Fest stuff. That's for sure. You might get overwhelmed.
love it.
Spawns asked, "You mean flying the Freedom Fox at Pioneer Field during AirVenture?"
I'd like to.
It's a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, as long as they have open flying there, we'll be able to.
Don't they
take
have
them
that
down.
in the evenings or
Mhm.
something?
Yep, we'll make a point to get down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, last year it was funny because I took the one prototype version 2 Freedom Fox, and I took it up there to do a demo. Browned out. I literally took it off, went vertical, pulled it across the line, did a slow roll, and right when I was upside down, total brownout, and straight into the ground. The one prototype.
Boom.
Did anybody get it on film?
I don't know, but I'm just really thankful it didn't hit a C-47 because there's a beautiful. I don't know if you've seen Pioneer Field, but you have like where we fly, and then there's off in the distance, probably about 800 feet away.
Mhm.
There's a C-47 static display just
Oh.
sitting there, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that would have been so bad."
Been bad.
There's
That's been
some there's
bad,
some pretty weird radio frequency. That's flying DSMX, so I may look at when I go down there because of that. Like, what is the best radio link? Maybe we'll do Radio Master and put the Tango, or not the Tango. What is it called?
yeah. Zorro.
Well, the Zorro, yes, but the radio, the TBS Crossfire.
Oh, Crossfire.
Maybe we'll
Crossfire.
put like a Crossfire unit in or something. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it has some super power.
Super
because
power.
I don't want to brown out anymore.
No.
That was seems to be plaguing us more than normal brownouts.
Well, I mean, like anything else, electronics are.
Yeah.
There's more of them too. It's interesting to me. I have no idea how all of that stuff works, but it's all working invisibly all around us all the time. And you would imagine they've got to have like a highway collision, all that, crossing signals and just.
Technology's crazy, bro.
I know it's magic.
Magic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it
Pretty
works.
sick. Pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh, someone said Tracer or the Tango 2.
Tracer
Let's see.
Tango 2 with
Yeah.
CRSF. Whatever
Alright.
that means.
I'll take that to Wes and just say, Wes, set this up for me. So something really exciting, and you mentioned the Zorro. I think today, if not already, we received our Zorros in.
And they're already in. Yeah.
Are they in?
Yeah, we
So-
just have to get them, receive them, and get them up on the store. Probably Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Sick with it.
Cool. I want it now.
I want to know.
I guess I'll have to wait.
Well, I mean, you just it's up to your wife. I
Yeah.
think the page and everything, from what I understand,
It's made.
it's already made on the
Yeah,
store. It just has
Just
to.
got to get it in stock.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
long story short, if you guys have been waiting patiently for the Zorro,
mhm.
now's the time to get it, and it is amazing for 119.
119,
I believe that's
and
what
it is 4-in-1 protocol.
Yeah, so that means it has the same ability to do DSM, FR Sky,
Mhm.
all the protocols. There's 2-in-1 and 4-in-1, and the
There's
2-in-1.
4-in-1, and then there's this CC 2500 chip or something. I can't remember what that's
Mhm.
called. And then there's the ELRS version and like the mini Crossfire version or something like that. So there's 4 versions. We have the 4-in-1 version.
Yeah.
That's one we're
The
selling.
better one.
Correct.
The
Correct.
My favorite thing is when I hold it. There's 2 little buttons on the very back, 2 little just indented buttons, and
Mhm.
it's like all the things we can do with that.
Oh, the
It's gonna be
things.
incredible.
Oh, the things. Yeah, you're talking about a whole bunch of fun things, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
can't wait to
Yeah, it's
get
a great
that
little
moving,
radio.
moving and grooving, which is
Well,
awesome.
it's going to take the barrier to entry too down big time for people getting the hobby.
Right.
Because I mean, right now, if you wanted a DX, I think it's the DX60. They're like 270. It's a good radio.
249.
249. I think.
249.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
270 something with the receiver.
With the receiver.
With the
the
receiver.
yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
249.
That's
So I mean,
crazy.
we need to have
Mhm.
options for all different things, and they're all great radios. But
Yeah.
it's just great to have options that start. I think our cheapest one is now in the 70s. The T8 Lite for the.
Well, the T8 Lite is $39.99.
Oh, okay.
$40.
40 bucks.
So like
Mhm.
you can get that, and you can fly tiny whoops, you can fly simulators, you can
Our
fly
Guardians eventually.
Guardians, you can fly a whole bunch of stuff with that. And then that next step would be probably the
119.
the 190 because that's cheaper than the DXS. So yeah, the Zorro would be that next
Mhm.
price.
It's a lot more
price point.
versatile too than the
Yeah.
DXS.
Yeah, it's got a screen, which is nice.
Mhm.
You have your trim tabs there. Yeah, it's got all the. I think it's got some 3-position switches and all that kind of stuff too, and the little rolly pads like Josh loves.
I
Mhm.
love it.
So yeah, no, they're a really cool looking radio. Yeah, and then obviously we've got a couple different transmitter lines, but depending on what you use, that Radio Master is just a good all around transmitter. But
Yeah.
some people only use FR Sky, some only use
Mhm.
Spectrum, some only use Radio Master, DABA. So like we're kind of there for it all.
It seems like our two main groups is DSMX Spectrum, and then FR Sky multi protocol. It's 49.51
Yep.
right in there, which is pretty incredible.
Right. No,
So-
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw someone popped up and said that they got a Zorro and they love it.
My wife bought me a Zorro for graduation. I love it.
Graduation.
Crash
What'd you
mode.
graduate from?
Yeah,
Crash mode.
congratulations.
College or something. That's sweet. Well done.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done. Where'd that go? It was they're pretty cool and they feel nice.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They're like that
Yeah.
video game Xbox type controller. So that's what I like because my
Costs
hands are
less than a tank of gas.
That is
There it
so
is.
sadly true. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that.
Oh
insane.
yeah.
Oh my
absolutely
golly.
ridiculous.
Hey, Lee, do you want to take the Justin's question about the next Edgewater event?
Oh yeah.
Here we
Next
go.
Edgewater.
Bing.
It's actually. I wish I could show everybody things, but yeah, the next Edgewater event is Wings at Work, and I can
Yes.
show you the logo. What do you think
That
of the
looks great.
logo?
That's amazing.
Yeah, Stephen
That is
Rosema.
absolutely
I
amazing.
like that.
I don't know if you can hold that up
Yeah,
to
That
the.
needs to become a sticker.
Yeah. So the next, it's not too bad.
That's really good.
Yeah. That's going to be Labor Day weekend. So that Saturday, Sunday, Monday of Labor Day weekend. And I don't know the exact dates here. Let me pull it up right here. It is September 3rd, 4th, and 5th is Wings at Work.
Excellent.
And Wings at Work, it's kind of, we're playing off of Labor Day, but we have challenges that we'll throw out there so people can make planes specific,
Mhm.
to the challenges. Last year we did some bomb drops and some river runs, and some, obviously combat's always going to be something that's going to happen, but yeah, it's coming up in September.
Edgewater leans itself really, really well for these kind of activities and
Mhm.
events because the spectators and the pilots all get a treat.
Oh man, yeah.
Truth.
Got the big old bullseye, and then,
Yep.
like you said, the river run is one of the most hysterical things because inevitably people are going down the river to grab their plane.
Oh yeah, and there's a
Going
lot
in the
of
drink.
trash talking going on
Yes.
during that. I mean, in love and everything. But yeah, that's so. Justin, it's beginning of September, Labor Day weekend. So make sure you bring the fam up here.
Mhm.
Bring those coffee kids.
Yes. Bring
which,
them on
yeah.
over.
Great humans.
Oh
Also,
yeah.
Another random go back to Zora. Does the Zora cover all the same protocol compatibility as the TX16S? That's a good question.
I think the 4-in-1
I
does.
believe the
Yeah.
4-in-1 does.
Yeah.
So it should be the exact
Mhm.
same, which is pretty nifty. So we love our TX16Ss.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed flying those very much so. The custom ones that they made us.
We're going through them like crazy on the store too.
Yeah.
People do. People like
love
them.
them.
I love the fact I can charge it through USB because I always lose like the unique chargers for different radios. I always lose them.
I don't understand that. You losing something like that?
Hard to believe. It's
crazy. Absolutely ridiculous.
No, I agree. Totally agree with it.
Love it. Oh, Chadwick. I remember Inverted River Run.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So we should have an XL.
Didn't he do that
river
with an
run.
arrow? Chad, didn't he do the inverted river run with the arrow? I remember you throwing down with something pretty crazy last time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's what he did. Or some type of wing.
Yeah.
I think it's that
Something
black and
other.
white one he has.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, that's going to be
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and we mentioned Oshkosh. We really
my
want
gosh.
to check with you guys at Oshkosh. So if any of you guys are going to Oshkosh, we're going to be walking around. Obviously, we're going to be doing a teacher day, which is going to be just fully dedicated around FT STEM, the Easy Line, the Tenant, just sharing with teachers what they can do with aviation in the classroom.
Yeah.
But also, my wife, your wife, and I think everyone else is going to be manning a store in is it the Aero Mart or Fly Mart? I forget.
Fly Mart, I think.
I don't know.
The flea market?
Fly Market, maybe.
Fly Market.
Fly Market.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, we've got a nice setup there.
Yeah.
Because I think, isn't Steve?
He's talking about it. I don't know.
Okay.
I got to confirm whether Steve's coming down to sell as well, too.
Oh,
I
okay.
talked to him at Flite Fest.
Yeah.
He was
all gung ho.
He was all gung ho for it. Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely going to Oshkosh. He didn't know if they were
Yeah.
going to.
He's
So-
debating. Like, do I spend time with family or kill myself working?
Well, I mean, from the sounds of it, the fly market that closes at like 5 or 6 or something
That's
like
the nice
that.
thing about it. Yeah, we're gonna try to make that area not only like a store. We're gonna bring down some of our greatest hits, a lot of FT STEM representation, but then also the Freedom Foxes, some Widgeons, some planes that people would like to.
I have a feeling that on the way up there that there are going to be Freedom Foxes strewn throughout the RVs.
We're gonna pack it in.
So
that's not like a possible thing. That's
it's gonna happen.
probable thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
That'd
So
be
we're
nice.
gonna have no one's gonna be moving in that RV, hopefully. So, but
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna be
Nice.
represented there, and then that will be kind of where we hang out and meet up and stuff. Frankly, it's probably one of the most affordable places to do that, and also we can, if we're gonna be showcasing STEM, we can have people able to continue that message and stuff there too. I wish there was a place where we could easily like fly right at the fly mark, because I could take the orbits up and just cruise around in that area, no problem. But
yeah.
I don't know, sub 250. Probably not. I won't dance too close to that, son.
No, but I'm sure that we can talk to Jim Gray because he's the one that's hosting us.
Right. So here's a quick talking about Teachers Day. Can you share more about your education system? So I'm guessing that's FT STEM, obviously, a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, so back in 2015 is when the FT STEM, that was right when my first stint of oh my goodness, your son's out there.
Is he doing it again?
He's gonna. He had something in his hand. I don't know.
Bad little man
but
knows
2015, that was my first stint of with FT, and we kind of kicked off STEM. Then it really took off. But it's really just been lately that the dial has been turned up. So what the STEM right now, we have FT STEM. If you go to FT STEM, there's a bunch of curriculum on there that is it's not the easiest to navigate, but there's a lot there for teachers to navigate. But what we're moving towards is just the modular base. So right now we have 5 modules and moving rapidly and expanding that up to Trevor and I were actually just talking about this, and if we had about 10 to 12, because what we want to do is we don't think that we can hit the whole entire the whole gamut all the way up to like the master series or whatever.
No.
So we're looking at bringing teachers into the STEM aviation realm with our beginners, our easies, and stuff like that, the tenets, and introducing them at that level. And then as the students grow, as the teachers grow, they can experiment with the model, the EDM that we have, that they can experiment with, tutors and flirkins or whatever, bringing it up.
So, and the neat thing about it is it's kind of teaching kids to do what Flite Test is. We don't just give people a grade for building a model and flying a model.
Right.
We give them a grade for how well they attack flight or to attack a problem called gravity.
Yeah.
Basically, and starts from kindergarten, goes all the way to 12th, like Lee said. And what we really focus on is giving them the element of flight, teaching them around it. And you have physics, you have every aspect of science poured into this, even electronics and stuff like that. And then we remove an element, or we have an activity that requires them to do designing. And from that, the EDM model is where they follow that through and they do their research. They come up with an idea, they test that idea, and they document their conclusion.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. You mentioned it earlier with our STEM program is we kind of made the most complicated, intense thing first, which probably wasn't the right call.
Yeah.
Like we had it where teachers can network with each other and students can network with each other. And you have design briefs and you have Scopal Works and you have all these crazy things and huge PDFs. And it's all amazing. It's for those ninja teachers out there, and it's incredible.
It's overwhelming
and intense, and it's still there.
Yeah.
But what we've also done is we've kept in mind, and this is really thanks to Trevor. What about the teachers that are intimidated about flight? Like, I don't know this, I don't know that. Well, the modular-based curriculum, it's guided.
Yeah.
Everything is right there at your fingertips. You do not have to worry about knowing how to fly.
Yeah.
And one of the most special things to witness was when the two teachers, Cassie and Courtney came down from Oshkosh.
Yep, from EAA.
And they got to witness these kids go through a very abbreviated, fast-paced version of that with the Easy Line. And we had 8 or 9 kids. 9?
I think we had
9 or 10.
Okay, we had a group of these kids.
Small group.
Yeah, small group. But we took them through. Every one of them built the Easy Line. Every one of them. I do mean every one of them had success in flight. And they were just flying around, cruising like no problem.
Yeah.
And then later on, we took them in, and Courtney and Cassie built their own tenet.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because you can basically reconfigure this airplane a ton of different ways. If it glides, it flies. And they made in their own airplane. So they went from never flying, not knowing how to fly, to building and flying their very own airplane. And that's something that benefits the classroom, but also homeschoolers or home-based educators, as they call them.
Yep.
So that's kind of the crux of it. And I think it's the best chapter we've ever had. And I'm happy for the long journey because just like the Freedom Fox, we're dialing in, learning what people want, designing around it.
And one of the key elements of our curriculum is the affordability.
Yes.
I mean, it's very affordable to get into with not only the phone board, but our Easy Line, our Easy Pack. So,
that was great. What? Also, random side note, the same guy asked, do you think it'd be suited for kids in other languages? Would I be able to translate it in any way? That's a great question.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there's, if you're able to work from English to whatever language that you need it to be in, you'll be able to follow along there and make that a reality. And
there's 21 standards, if I'm not mistaken, to truly be STEM. There's a lot of people that say, hey, here's a toy. We're going to go ahead and call this STEM. And it's still a toy. But there's 21 standards. Trevor and Jake, who have been foundational in making this curriculum, make sure it is truly STEM. And it meets those standards, which don't only work for the U.S., but all over the world. So that is true. If you translate
it, ISTE or something like that.
Yeah. An acronym, I don't know what it means.
International Standard of Training Education, I think something like that.
If you guys see me texting, my wife tried to call me. I'm just making sure that we don't have a container that we have to bolt out.
Well, Mayan said, thanks for picking up the question, and Lee and J Biggs, thanks for sharing about the system. He was debating about it, but now he's not debating anymore.
Love it, brother.
So, awesome, man. That's great to hear, buddy.
There's something powerfully special about when you see these kids in the classroom taking on flight. And it's so needed right now.
Man.
Absolutely.
This isn't us just trying to say, how else can we, take our product line and flex it? No, this is changing lives. I mean, in a powerful way.
Huge. And that's the thing is like, it's not only the kids in the classroom, seeing the teachers, the teachers grabbing hold of it because it's when they first so you're talking about Courtney and Cassie,
Mm-hmm.
like when we first met them, they came down here. We were at dinner, and you made mention. You said by the time that you leave here, you're gonna be able to fly on your own. Like they were looking at you like you're an idiot. No way. There's no. But what happened? They flew on their own before they left. So.
One of the funniest memories about that was our good friend Mike Hoven, who's the COO of Lauren, came over during that time, and he was meeting with them. And I've never, by the way, done that where we made a teacher made in their own airplane that they just built.
Yeah.
With less than 15 minutes of flight time, by the way.
Yeah.
That's basically all the instruction was 15 minutes beforehand of flight time. And that was done first thing in the morning. So just keep that in your mind. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is going to be really bad if they like spike it right in the ground. They killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, not killed it in a bad way. They killed it in a good way.
Yeah,
they crushed it.
Smashed it out the
In
park.
a good way. But it was just a cool thing. And seeing those tenants take flight, the last flight at Flite Fest that we had on the grounds was with a couple from Colombia. And she's never flown before either. And they built the tenant, and they were using a really cool FR Sky transmitter. And I didn't know FR Sky. And the tenant's designed around the oar, by the way. So you don't even have to put on the computer. All the servos, the way they're positioned, just simply work. But the long story short, the put her up in the air. It was like 20-mile-an-hour wind. She crushed it. And again, in a good way. And it's like an Explorer, but smaller and just really, really docile.
Yeah. And it's the first hybrid that we've ever done.
Yeah.
So hot wire cut foam with foam board wings and tail. It's just really cool to see those two formats live together.
Oh, 100%.
And talking about it being a hybrid, if you look at the article page on our website, there was a gentleman in New York City. I think it's New York City Bobby. I think is what his name is or something. He actually made the tenant all out of foam board.
Yes.
Oh,
like sandwiched a bunch of pieces together.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So you can check out that article as well. That's kind of cool.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, and he did it not from a kit. He did it from the video. Just looking at the video and everything, and taking the measurements and everything from there.
Cool.
Well, and here's where also the STEM, living in this moment for a second, the STEM is really changing lives too. Is people can't normally afford this hobby, or there's a perspective that they can because they go to the hobby shop and they look at a basically buy and go solution, and they're $300 to $400 easily, right off the bat. Well, they don't realize that basically they can get in the hobby for $60 some odd with an Easy Line airplane. But also when they move over into foam board and they move over into the Flite Test style designed airplanes, yes, they're going to have money in their radio and their battery and their receiver and those core components. But from that point on, every experience is either a scratch build away or a speedboat kit away, which takes the whole burden to entry down to where every experience is. It can be as little as $3 if you scratch build it, or $39 if you buy a kit.
Right.
That changes the whole game. And when you bring that into schools now with the affordability, like you're talking about, the kids don't have to leave the toys there. They can bring that passion home, and then the parents can reinforce it. Yeah. And it doesn't just hit the guys at the flying field. It doesn't just hit that. It hits the whole classroom. It fascinates young and old, boys and girls, and then the parents can reinforce it. And all demographics financially, all demographics in every area. You can fly indoors, outdoors. In 10 years, when I was on the task group, I think it's task group 12, in 10 years, there's going to be 64,000 jobs that aren't able to be filled at this current rate. And we're already, just look what a nightmare it is to travel as it is. They're canceling flights just because, nope, we can't do it. We're going to book you over. We're going to fly you to a different airport. Good luck getting home mentality. Imagine 10 years from now, that shuts down the world. Yeah. You cannot survive that. So this is never more perfect of a time for families, but also for career paths. And it has to start in that 6th, 7th age grade to really take hold. Yeah.
So, for sure.
So really excited.
Well, I'll tell you what, I feel like that's a great place to wrap it all up.
Was that a lasso?
That was,
I like it. Whoop, whoop.
He just pulled it tight, won it, dude.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
great.
All right.
That was great.
I love
Fantastic.
it. Well, good things coming ahead, guys. We got some amazing content. Again, still kind of reflecting on Flite Fest and what a special event it is. And then also keep an eye because we have a lot of new products coming. We're gonna be teasing also the new Scout X, or not Scout XL, FT3D XL,
Yes.
and some new content too. So if you guys like aerobatics, I'm watching my son Michael throw that thing around.
Yeah. Be
There's
crazy.
a lot of really exciting things coming up.
It's crazy.
Oh,
So
yeah,
keep
for sure.
keep your eyes peeled, everybody, and we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place.
Yep.
Love
Sounds
y'all.
good.
All right. Love you guys. Catch you in a bit.